Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday evening. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you're ready for the week ahead. If you had the week off last week, I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for the week coming. The coming week. Okay. Hi, I am Robin, and the shoulder over here is Bill, and we are Raycross Farms Makery. This is Duke. He is kind of our self-appointed mascot. So if you're here, say hello. And I'm going to see if I can get you up on my
Cheryl's here.
On my screen. Hello, Cheryl. Ken should be here.
Got five people on right now.
I'm gonna see if I can share.
What are you gonna share?
I can't do it.
What are you trying to
I
share?
was gonna share the video. I have to do it afterwards.
So where are you gonna share it
I
to?
can share it to a group.
Okay. Here's Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Apparently Ken is in the same boat I am.
Yeah, in the boat. That's right.
Leanna's here.
Hey, everybody.
And Dukinator.
Yes.
Dukinator.
And Daisy's in her chair again. She was hanging out, but she didn't want to wait for the camera. What? No kisses. No kisses. Okay, we're gonna have the changing of the laps.
Changing
of the laps. That means you have to.
I got one more thing to do here, and you can have Duke until then.
Okay, well, he figures he's covered in hair. I should be covered in
Come
hair.
on, buddy.
Okay, off to Dad.
Come on, my turn.
So, I'm covered in hair. Hopefully it doesn't show up in the video.
It doesn't show up in the
Yeah,
video.
and I'm not cooking, so we're all good.
It's
Howdy. Hey, Janice, good morning. Morning for you, evening for us, early evening. And here's Pippa down here. We'll see if Pippa decides to join us. We are going to make some ornaments, some Christmas ornaments, and we are going to use some photos to do them. Okay, so this is what I used. These are wooden circles. I got them from, I believe these are Walmart. So
Marianne.
Hello, Marianne. Comes 6 in a package. I don't see a price, but I imagine it was only $1 or $2 because I probably wouldn't have bought them if they were more than that. And they are just over 3 inches wide. You can use whatever you want. This is just what I had. And I took some and I pre-painted them. I just used white chalk paint and put a coat on because what we're doing, you need to have a white background. Otherwise, your photo looks kind of washed out. So we're going to put a transfer on the back of one. But here are the photos that I'm going to use. So of course I've got my doggos, and I've got this is my oldest son back when he was 2. And then this is my youngest son sitting on Santa's lap. And this was Santa.
Ho,
Yeah.
ho.
So-
Shoot your eye out.
So, needless to say, these are some old pictures. And then I have a picture of the 2 of us. And what I did is I printed this out on tissue paper. How did you print it out on tissue paper, you ask?
Hi,
Well, I'm going
Patty.
to show you. I just did it in my color, it's an inkjet, right? It's my color inkjet printer. I suppose you could do it with a laser. Let me show you how I did it. I got a piece of cardstock, not super thick. It's probably maybe 60 pounds.
57-pound vellum.
67-pound vellum. It's 60 pound. Okay, so it's a little thicker than regular copy paper. And then I got just some regular tissue paper. And I'm going to cut it just this wide, but I'm going to cut it like an extra inch longer. So I'm going to cut it about 12 inches long, 8.5 inches wide. So let me get my ruler. So I'm just going to show you how I did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. and a half.
Be
Gonna
showing
go
people
there.
that. You're doing
to be
stuff
showing.
that me.
Well,
How did that
catch
get
up.
Well, hold on.
Good job.
Things got
Okay.
moved around on me.
Okay, so I think that's 8.5 inches.
Something's wrong with it. I don't know what just happened. Where's my number 2 camera? Now you did it.
No idea. I did nothing. I did nothing.
We were
So
having-
I am Schultz.
We restarted the computer and all of a sudden I'm losing cameras.
We restart the computer every day.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
That's how it happened today. So
Okay, so I've got this. Again, this is just plain white tissue paper for wrapping presents. And I cut it 8.5 inches wide, and I'm going to cut it longer than the paper. So I'm going to cut it at about 12 inches. And I'll show you my little magic trick.
by the way, Ken wanted you to, we're going to use his photo tonight.
Well, send me your photo and we'll do it. Okay.
I said, yeah, we would. So.
Okay, so because you're going to run this through your printer, you want to make sure this is I kind of ironed it, but you just take your iron real quick, go over it, make sure there's no big wrinkles in your tissue paper. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And then we're going to lay this down and we're going to measure it up to one end. And then this extra, we're going to fold over this. And then we are going to just take some regular Scotch tape and tape it down. Now this is the little package that you're going to run through your printer. Now this is where you need to know where your printer prints from. So you might need to do some testing, but I know that my printer, when I put the paper in the tray, it's going to print on the bottom. So that's where I want my tissue paper to be, on the bottom. If your printer prints on the top, you're going to want the tissue paper on the top. And you want this folded edge to be your lead edge. Then you just get a picture and line them up on your page. You could probably do this with Word. I did this with Canva. I have also done it with my Cricut. Print then cut, only I didn't do the cut, I just did the print, so I actually got circles out of it. So however you can get your photos on your ready to print, and then you just print this and it will print just on the tissue paper. And the heavy cardstock is what guides it through without munching up your tissue paper. If you just tried to print on tissue paper, it would be a mess.
Did you
So,
see what I got done?
That's what I did. What'd you do?
proud of me?
You found it?
You proud of me?
I'm so
Now
uber
we're all out of
proud.
whack.
We're out of
That's
whack.
okay.
Okay.
You just keep going. I'll
Okay,
put us back.
so I've got this printed on tissue paper. Now, maybe you have seen me do the Mod Podge technique with tissue paper or with napkins. Now we're just going to do that same thing. I'm going to take my ornaments and I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to just apply a coat of Mod Podge on the surface of the ornament, go all the way to the edge because this Mod Podge will end up gluing down the tissue. So you do want those edges sealed. And it doesn't have to be super, super neat. You just want to get it on there. Pretty good layer, not super thin, not super thick. And then we're going to let it dry. So I'm going to do the next one. And I just stick the brush in the jar. You could pour it out if you wanted to. Sometimes I also take the Mod Podge and I put it in a squeeze bottle, like a condiment bottle, if I just want to squeeze it out a little bit at a time.
What are you doing, you crazy dog?
So painting to the edges with all of them. And again, you're going to want a white background. If you had a wood colored background, or you had a darker background, it's going to show through your tissue, and it'll change what your photo looks like. So you want to get it as clean a slate as you can, and I found that using the white paint will do that. Now you can use acrylic paint. I just use chalk paint because it covers well and it dries quickly. Now I didn't make these photos exactly fit the circle. I just made sure they were long enough, big enough to kind of overhang, because we're going to cut off the edges. So I've got those all coated. I'm going to put my brush in some water, close up my Mod Podge, and
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking some of that vanilla cappuccino.
I got tea going. I don't know about you guys. See, I woke up with a head cold going today, and so I took some Dayquil today or something like that, and it just put me out. I don't know what my problem was, but anyway. So her cappuccino is looking good. And my tea is pretty good too. But I might just steal some cappuccinos.
Okay, so I'm going to dry this. When you use Mod Podge, I used gloss. You don't have to, it doesn't matter. You can use gloss, you can use matte. It doesn't matter, you're not going to see it.
Did you leave? Oh, there they are. Okay, Tammy, these are wooden circles that she. Oh, I got to get it down here where you can see it. Wooden circles that she got.
I'm pretty sure I got these at Walmart, but I'm sure Hobby Lobby has them. Probably Joann's has them. Probably Michael's has them. They're
Very
like
thin.
they're thin. There's 6 in a pack, and that's probably just over a half an inch wide. So you just need some 16th of an inch. So they're a 16th of an inch. And no, I don't know the decimal. I can figure it out. But offhand, no, I don't have it memorized. So there.
What's half of 125?
0.0625.
That's it.
I ended up teaching reading.
Yeah, and you know what? She's a math nerd anyway, and I practically failed, addition and subtraction, but I know the decimals for measurements.
Because you use them.
I use them all day long. Are those dry yet?
I think so.
Alrighty.
Okay. Now you could also use the wood rounds. Let's see, do I have some here? You could also use these, but you would want to cut your you would want to cut your wood to fit there, because it would be kind of hard to get it off to the edge. But you could use these also. But again, paint that background. Okay,
I think I'm gonna have you go back and do that.
do what?
Okay, so we got a big glitch on our end that said
Uh-oh.
about the wood rounds. You just want to paint the background.
Yes.
You don't want a plain background.
And it might be a little difficult to, because we're going to actually sand off the edges. It might be a little difficult to do that on those, but if you just cut the tissue paper ahead of time to fit that inside. So I'm going to start with ours first.
Because we're cute.
We're cute. And I'm just pushing it down on the dry Mod Podge, and I'm going to cover it with parchment paper, not wax paper, parchment paper. And I'm going to take my hot iron. It's probably on medium high, not super hot. And then I'm just going to run that over the surface, not for very long. What it's doing is reactivating the Mod Podge and attaching that tissue to the wood. The nice part about this is if you've ever used Mod Podge and you've used it wet, you're fighting those wrinkles, and the more you try to stretch it and straighten out the wrinkles, then your tissue paper rips, and it gets to be crazy. Okay, so I have, and it's hot. Okay, so all of my edges are sealed. I'm going to let that cool down for a minute, and I'm going to work on my next one. So I think we will do.
Looks like, yeah, center, so I'm pushing you over more center.
Pushing me over.
Mhm.
You're pushing me over. Okay.
You're a big pushover.
Okay, and I'm not going to cut these out round. I'm just going to kind of separate them from each other. So I have cute pictures of doggos.
Is that the picture I sent you just
Yeah.
last night?
Yes. I want
Crazy.
that other one that's on that computer. I didn't think of it. Okay, so if you did this, what pictures would you use? And they don't have to be photographs of people.
Oh, yeah.
You could just use clip art. You could just Google vintage Santas.
In fact, we had a friend ask us to help her with doing one where she did a Santa being pulled by a reindeer. So it was a vintage Santa photo. And she ended up doing this for her family.
She might even be on. Okay, so I'm kind of holding it up to the light to make sure I'm getting all of Daisy's face. And I'm gonna lose one of Duke's ears, but that's okay. And I can tell this Mod Podge is a little bit tacky, not wet, but a little bit tacky, but that's helping hold it in place. So again, take my parchment paper, my iron, and I'm just gonna go over it and reactivate that Mod Podge. Being careful that I get those edges, because that's what I want to be adhered really, really well. That looks good. I'll let that cool off. It's hot because of the iron, and I could do my other two doggies. I'll do my boys, my babies, back when they were babies. And this one's going to kind of be washed out because it's got a really white background anyway. Okay, same
They're
thing.
going to be here in 26 days.
No, and I am not ready. Are you guys ready for Christmas? I'm not.
Our boys are going to come and visit us, and that'll be good. We're looking forward to it.
Okay. I haven't seen any comments in a while.
No, they're all
Are we,
sleeping.
I see Lisa Joe is watching, Lori's watching, Christy's watching.
Well, it was because we
I think
were
we
out
have
of
you. I
whack.
think we have you mesmerized.
That's
you
what
are
it is.
watching in wonder. Okay, and here's
So my boy Daniel was, is that the one where he has the cast
yep,
on? Yeah.
This was
So my boy Daniel was running across the floor at a babysitter's house and fell down. And of course he cried about it. I thought, because his age. How long did it go? 2 or 3
All
days?
weekend.
All weekend at least.
Because we did take him to the doctor,
Yeah.
and the doctor said, "Oh, they don't break bones at this age," because he was 2, and it wasn't swollen bad, and he wasn't a whiner, but he whined all weekend, so I knew something was wrong. So we took him back in. We took him to urgent care right away, and they did an X-ray. So on Monday morning, we took him to his pediatrician, and he X-rayed, and golly, he had a broken wrist, broken arm. And I was 9 months pregnant with his brother at the time, so I couldn't even go in with him for the X-ray. So that was fun.
How does it work?
So, okay.
That's
So-
Daniel with his Burger King crown on and his cast. It says Bud
Burger
on
King
it.
and his cast. We still have that cast somewhere,
It's
Okay.
Does it still stink?
probably.
Man. Cheryl says she's sure not ready. She still has to do shopping for grandkids.
Yeah, see how much of it I can do online. Okay, so to finish these off, I'm not going to cut it with scissors or a blade. I'm just going to take a sanding block and I'm just going to go down.
I'm gonna let you do it that way, and then I'm gonna shift in the front.
So I'm just going to drag that down, and it is cutting that tissue off at the edge.
You go to the front, you can shift to the front too.
Just go all the way around.
Remember, they make these sanding blocks in multiple grits, and so the finer the grit on this, the better the edge you'll get.
Okay, so there we are. With that nice edge. And that one's still warm. I'm going to do doggos. Okay, same thing.
Dainty picture on there. Making ornaments of the dog.
Now we have some friends. I don't think she's watching. When we lived in California, our church that we went to always had a white elephant gift exchange party. And they would always bring, as at least part of their white elephant, they would bring an ornament with their photo in it, looking goofy, not a serious photo. Okay, so here's, you can see it there. There's my doggos. Cute.
Okay,
So this would be great for Celia.
let's go back and say, how did you get the picture on the tissue paper?
I ran it through my printer. I will show you.
Got a special way of doing it.
Well, I can't really show you right now,
Yeah.
but I will review. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay, I will review. Do you believe we'll be making more ornaments? You might just need a whole new tree, Cheryl.
Yeah, Tammy, I know there's not much I can do on it on this end. I don't know if it's Facebook or what. I know it's not us. And I know it's not our system. So I'm not sure what is causing the jumping tonight. Our connections are right. Our satellite is right. I'm checking it over here. But yeah, I can see it on my phone that it's jumping.
Okay, so I've got all of those sanded off. Now you can see when I did this method, if I had used one of these, I wouldn't have been able to do the sanding as well because it's
Which way are you going?
it's not a smooth edge. But if you wanted to, you could cut the tissue paper right where the painted surface was, and just lay it down that way and iron it on. So just a thought that you can use these also. Okay, let me review the tissue paper. Okay, what I did is I just took regular white tissue paper and I took a piece of cardstock or really thick paper. Something, I think you probably could do it with regular copy paper, but just to be on the safe side, I did it with a piece of cardstock, probably about 60 pound. Okay, just 8.5 by 11. And then I took my tissue paper and I cut it 8.5 inches wide, but longer than 11. And what I did is I laid it down and then I folded it over. You see this extra inch here, and taped it down. And then this is where you need to know your printer. My printer, when I put the paper in, it prints on the bottom. So I would put the tissue paper down in my printer, and this edge that's folded is the lead edge. This is where you want it to grip. If you do it this way, you're going to have tissue paper. You're going to be cleaning out tissue paper for days. So you want this folded edge to be the lead edge, and then whichever way your printer prints, top or bottom, you'll need to figure that out. And then I just ran my print through, and it came out and printed the pictures on tissue paper. And then I did the Mod Podge on the tissue paper.
So Cheryl's going to send baby pics of her kids to her kids and them, and then she's going to make a set for herself.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of those kind of pictures, but our boys aren't embarrassed by them at all. They post them.
They post them themselves. I have my oldest on a naked on a bearskin rug. It's all decent, but you would think even in high school he would have been embarrassed by it. No, he puts it as his cover photo. Okay, so I'm going to show you, just because I sell this stuff and just because I love these transfers, I'm going to decorate the back of one of them. And I think I'm going to do, which should I do, the tree or the deer? Let's do the doggos with the deer.
All right.
Okay, so these are, I'm just going to do this real quick. This is Christmas All Around transfers. They come with these 4. They are some of my favorite Christmas transfers. I've used them for, you can see, I've used them for a lot of different things. I'm going to quickly wax this surface. Okay. Because this is painted wood, I'm going to use some of my surface wax. I sell in my shop, and it is back in stock. And that is going to do 2 things. It's going to put a layer of something between the paint and the sticky transfer. And it's also filling in the grooves that are made by the wood grains. So I have, kind of fills it in so I have a nice flat surface to chalk on. So I'm going to put some wax on. I'm going to buff it out because I don't want it glopped on the front. And let me make sure. I'm going to, just so I am, which is the top. I'm going to use my crocodile. We also have come out with a little smaller version of this in my shop. But I'm going to punch a hole. What this is, it's a hole punch on steroids. This one has 2 different sizes. It has 1/8 and 3/16. Don't ask me the decimals. And it punches through 1/8 inch wood with no problem. Okay, so I'm going to
put that to overhead for him.
Okay, so I'm just going to punch a hole in there so that I can tie my string. So you can see, punched a hole, no problem. Put that aside. Now I know which is my top here.
You coming up?
So I'm also going to fuzz this. Put just a layer of lint on the sticky part. Our transfers are adhesive, self-adhesive, reusable silkscreen transfers. The company guarantees you can use them 10 to 12 times without losing any stickiness.
I would say you've used that quite a few times already.
If you take good care of them, you can get a lot more uses than that out of it.
Alana, just put Gracie in it and button the thing up. It's okay.
And this isn't big enough to do the entire transfer. So I'm not going to worry about those outside circles. Okay, cute little reindeer that says, "Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?"
Cheryl said, how long has that can of wax lasted you?
Months.
Yeah,
Months. Let me show you. Here's a.
You saw how much we've done with it.
This is a brand new one. So I mean, it's 3 ounces. I think it's 2.5 ounces, and we have been doing lives since the middle of July, and I still have quite a bit in the corners there. You can see the bottom.
That is probably the best choice of what you're going to spend money on.
Yeah.
Use it all the time.
You can buy paste wax at the hardware store. You can get a whole lot more of it for a lot less, but it stinks. It smells. So
thanks, Ken.
So you decide how much how much you can handle the odor. There, I'm gonna put the hole over his antler.
So she's watching, wondering, guidelines, so she knows when to reorder.
Well, I
You go right ahead and order as often as you want.
I am, because it seems to go out of stock quite often. I'm making sure I always have a new one on hand, and I think I am actually going to order ahead to have 5 or 6 on hand, so that if any of my followers want to buy wax and it's out of stock, I can supply it instead of just ordering it from the company.
So Alana, yes, that is an amazing hole punch, and you got that on list, don't you? On your
I have that on a product. What do I call them?
I don't know what you call it.
Product link.
Product link.
A product link on
Amazon.
on our Facebook page. If you go to guides, there's little tabs. It says about and guides and events. And so if you click on guides and you scroll down, you'll find one called product links, and you can find the Amazon link to this. But we also sell one a lot less expensive, but not quite as massive. It only does holes one size, but we sell one now. Chop Couture sells one of their own brand on my website.
And just so you know, when she bought the thing, my eyes rolled quite a bit. I thought, why are you buying another hole punch? But you know what? This one is actually a pretty amazing piece.
Okay.
Let's see. Tammy asked, does the wax make it waterproof? Well, probably like any wax.
Resistant, not waterproof. You know what? I'm changing my mind.
Oh, here we go.
I'm entitled to, because I didn't bring out any brown or anything for the deer.
It's not waterproof, but it is.
It would, it would get you a minute or two.
Yeah, it's not it's not what you would use to waterproof something, I don't think.
But it does, like if you made a boo-boo with your paste, it gives you a little bit extra, like insurance. It puts something down on the surface that you could clean it up a little bit with a little bit of water. But again, it won't make it waterproof. It would kind of give you a little bit of water resistance.
Now, if you wanted to put these outside, you would need to spray them with something that would make them waterproof.
Yes. Now, but be careful with this tissue paper, because remember I told you, if you use wet Mod Podge underneath it, you're going to fight wrinkles. If you get this wet, you're going to get those wrinkles. And maybe you're okay with the wrinkles. I personally don't want wrinkles on my photo. The dogs might not care. But so if you just kind of paint it on Mod Podge, it would probably wrinkle up your tissue. So I would recommend, and I haven't tried it, I'd recommend a spray sealer, just a clear spray paint. Yeah. Very, very light the first couple of coats, so that you don't get those wrinkles. And then once you got a couple of a thin layer or two on, then you could probably put a little bit heavier on. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think I will do green and red. Okay, so this is our Chalkology paste.
You want it down?
Whatever, I'm going to be chalking. Okay, so this is our Chalkology paste. It's chalk in paste form. And I'm going to use my, what is this? This is my multi-tool. And I'm just taking some of that paste and I am just applying it through that screen. And the paste is adhering to the surface underneath. And I'm using my multi-tool because it's a thinner, it's a thinner squeegee, and I'm trying to get it in some tight spaces here.
Yeah, I'm still going back. We're still getting a little bit of jumping. I'm going back and checking everything. I don't see any way to change this, so I don't know what it is, but there you go.
Hopefully it won't do it for the
Yeah.
replay, but
Well, the replay seems to take care of a bunch of it, but really the one on YouTube seems to be coming out real smooth. So that's what makes me say it's not us.
we are also on YouTube. All
Yeah.
of these get uploaded to YouTube. So if you
I try to do it as soon as we're done here. That's the first thing I do is I prep it for YouTube and upload it. So what you're seeing here would also go directly to YouTube in the next hour, hour and a half.
okay, so I've got my green. Now I'm going to, because this paste dries pretty quickly, and I don't want it to dry in my screen, because if it dries in the screen and I lift the screen, it will lift the paste. And I want the wet paste to stay down on the surface. So I'm going to lift that.
That's a fine looking Christmas tree.
Look at all that. I don't know if you can see that detail, all those little dots. And I'm just going to give it a quick little dry. And then I'm going to lay this back down again. And I'm not going to push down where, oops. I'm not going to push down where I have already pasted. I'm just going to push down where I still need to paste. And I'm going to switch out my green, clean this off. I'm going to switch out my green for my candy apple red.
What are we doing red?
All the rest of it.
All the rest.
All the rest of it.
Alana, did you make sure Gracie's out now? Now that you got the bed made? Make sure Gracie's out the new bed cover.
When I remake the bed, I have to banish the dogs because they want to help.
They're
And
very helpful. They get on and hold it down for you.
Yes. They think I'm playing. So it's a big production to change our sheets.
By the way, I'm saving the fitted sheet for you to fold. I don't want to fold the fitted sheet, sorry.
Oh, please. You can turn fractions into decimals, but
That's
you can't
right.
fold a fitted sheet.
That's right. And I don't claim to
Do I
even
need
have a
to
clue.
do a video tutorial on
Would
how to
you
fold a
please?
fitted sheet?
How do you fold a fitted sheet? I haven't looked it up on YouTube. What do you want, Kitty? You
Well,
want to
it's
come up?
there. I would not be the first one that did a video on. Okay.
Hey, I folded the blankets and all the other things. I just didn't do the fitted sheet.
Okay. So I've got my red, and I'm going to do the paste and peel again. And I can see a little spot here on my W. Got it.
Kitty is down here rolling.
And then I'm going to do the star in gold.
Ooh.
This is our shimmer gold. These are this is the candy apple red, and I didn't tell you this is meadow green. And this is our shimmer gold, which is a sparkly gold color. It's got like little mica flecks in it.
I'm with you, Ken. That's exactly how I would do it, but I have to live with her.
What,
So.
wad it up?
Yeah, roll it up in a ball. That works. Right there with you, man.
You have done that.
It's in a ball right now.
He has learned that I have a certain way of folding sheets and towels, and he knows that. And he also knows that if he does it and he doesn't do it right, I will redo it. So I think he just purposely doesn't do it right.
That's right.
So I'll redo it.
I learned you just say, never mind, I'll do it. And I thought, oh, thank you so much,
Okay.
hon.
So here is the back of our little puppy dog ornament. So I just wanted to show you, I'm not going to do all of these tonight, but I just wanted to show you how you could use these on this project. And I'm going to clean this up real quick. So I'm going to spray it with water. And I'm going to start with a paper towel. And our pastes are water soluble. So I'm going to start with a paper towel and get the bulk of that excess paste up. And then I can just toss that. Then I'm going to spray it again, and this time I'm going to use my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but no chemicals. And I'm just going to finish wiping away that excess paste. Now some of our pastes are highly pigmented and they will stain the fabric portion of the transfer. That's okay. Even if it stains the screen, as long as you don't have paste drying in the screen, it will work just wonderful no matter what color it has stained to. The stain won't transfer the next time you go to use it. Okay. So I'm just making sure I'm getting all of the paste out of that screen. So you can see I've got the paste out of the screen is clear. There's red and green staining on this. Not a big deal. I'm going to leave it sticky side up and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll put my backer sheet back on it and store it away to use it again another day. Okay, so that was cleaning transfers. Let me make sure this is dry. There's some water on that. Not good. Then, once you're done with this, you can start decorating them up as fancy as you want.
Is this where we do extra?
We'll do a little extra. Okay, so this one I already have the hole punched in. I'm going to punch holes in the rest of these.
Tell the boys you're punching holes in them.
They can get on and watch and see for themselves what I'm doing. Okay, so hole punch. Punch right in the top of Santa's head.
That's where it needs to be.
And hole punch. Right there. Okay, so these are ready to, all the wood chunks that come out. And then you're going to get out your basket of ribbons and decide how you're going to hang it. So I have some.
And it says, so sweet.
I have some silver cord here.
Now, this isn't the score you made yesterday. This isn't the ribbon you used yesterday, so. We went to Moscow yesterday and went to you got it at Joanne's, didn't you? They were selling buy three get buy one get three free of the ribbon. So I got a bunch of the wide ribbon, and I had a $10 off coupon, so I got 4 big rolls of ribbon for $5. Okay. That, so I can tie it like that. I can add jingle bells. I can add some embellishments. I can add a bow. Something else. I like these little ornament hangers. I don't know if you have seen them. These are Walmart. I'm talking about.
Okay. I like these ornament hangers. They're like $1 for 20 of them, but they look so fancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Okay, so it kind of looks like a little music note. So you could also do this. And this
Forward a little bit.
okay. Okay, so let me show you how I would do this. I would just take this,
Let me move you over there.
this end here, and stick it in there, and then kind of twist it around, and then you could hang it like that. You can twist this whole thing so it will hang sideways, but it just adds a cute little embellishment on your tree. And Walmart, I have only ever seen the silver ones. Hobby Lobby has silver and gold ones, so you might want to get some of those for your fancy ornaments.
Okay, that whole section has been really bad on, it's been jumping, so you might want to go back and show those again. But It's been
Okay, so you said this is just some silver cord. You could do jute twine, you could do thread, you could do baker's twine, you could use really thin ribbon. This one I used these spirally ornament hooks that I got. This is from Walmart, 20 of them for 98 cents. And they just make it look kind of fancy. I could also do, let's see. This is just eighth inch ribbon. So I can feed that through. And if you need it wider, like my hole punch has two different sizes. I just used the smaller one, but if you needed it a little bit bigger, and then I'm using my detail tool to just kind of poke it through. Just tie up some ribbon, hang it from your tree. Okay.
That's so
What do you
cute.
think? What do
I
you
think
think? You did
Okay.
awesome. Okay. So again, you could add bows. Let's see. Let's use, this was cute. This was Dollar Tree, and it's just green and white gingham check that I just thought was really cute. And so let's just make a little bow. Just a little shoelace bow.
Hey, buddy, you want to come up? Come on. Coming up. Up he comes.
There he is.
So what did you say? Where do you put that hole punch? It's in your, what is it called?
Under guides.
I'm putting it into the,
Or if you want our
Amazon link.
if you want our Amazon link, you just tell me in the comments that you'd like the Amazon link for the crocodile.
I would
hole
do it right
punch.
now, but I don't want to cause any problems about the stream. So otherwise, I would be copying the link and
So,
sending it
and
to
I
you.
will, when I get off, I will send it to you. I'll also send you the link to the one that we sell now in the shop. I don't own one yet because they just came out in the last couple of weeks. Okay, so here I've got a cute little green gingham bow. I'm going to just give it a dotted glue. There you go. Cute, cute, cute. Cute little ornament with cute little doggos. This is you.
There's one
That's
right
you.
here.
You could decorate it with flowers. You could decorate it with,
He wants to come over and
Ribbons.
see.
anyway.
Show me,
So,
Mom. Show me.
Just kind of gave you an idea of some ways you can hang them. And I hope I have given you some inspiration and some ideas that you could go out for some special ornaments. Again, just find some, and they don't have to be round. You could use square ornaments. You could use snowflake shaped ornaments. Ooh, you could do that with where you could burn the tissue paper on the snowflake shaped ornament. You'll have to look at one of my videos on burning them instead of filing them down. So photo ornaments, and I showed you how you can print on tissue paper with just your regular printer without jamming it up. No guarantees there, but every time I have done it, it has worked perfectly. You just get that lead edge that's folded. You need to get that as your lead edge, and it works great. And they make cute little ornaments. Okay, let's see. What do I need to say? We are having a Black Friday sale where everything in our chalk shop is on sale, discounted quite a bit. I cannot tell you the number on my public site, but in my VIP group, you can get a link. You can find out what that discount is. everything in the site. If it's in stock, it's on sale, and you can browse the shop, and then there's a Google form, a link to a Google form where you can order it, because you need to order it from me and not from the shop, because it's my deal, not theirs. So I have to order it, but it's a good percentage. It's a good time of year to get stocked up on some of the supplies. It's not too late to get some things ready for Christmas. But time is ticking, and our Black Friday sale only runs through Tuesday at midnight our time, Pacific time, so end of November, and then the discount's not there anymore. So make yourself some ornaments and post pictures of them. We would love to see them. If you are interested, if you want a link to that VIP group for the Black Friday, you can just type sale in the comments and it will send you a link to it. So we would love for you to be part of our VIP group if you're not already. It's absolutely free. It's just a private group, and that's where I'm allowed to have deals and specials and sales and giveaways and play bingo and all that good stuff. So again, we'd love to have you join us. And we will be back on tomorrow with another fun project. I believe we're kind of stuck at that 6 o'clock for the time being, at least for 2 more days of 30 lives in the month of November. So we're going to do it. 2 more left, and then we'll see what December holds. But make yourself some ornaments and have yourself a great rest of your weekend. And contact us if you have any questions. And thank you for watching. Thank you for following. If you haven't already followed our page, please do so. That helps us. That tells Facebook that we have something that people are interested in. And so we want to train Facebook to send out our stuff to other people. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, and here's the back of that cute one too. Okay, so we will let you go. I'm going to say goodbye, and we will pose for pictures, and then we will see you again tomorrow, I hope. So, bye-bye. Have a good night.